we're still looking at the celebration of Easter. Now, let's look at tourism and travels, how much that has been affected, by what's going on. We have joining us virtually from Nairobi, Kenya, where I think he's spending some of our FX for holiday. Mr. Ikechukwu is the organizer of Akwaba African Travel Market and promoter of 7 Wonders of Nigeria concept. So that's Niger 7 Wonders. That's what is being called. Mr. Oko, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Happy Easter to you.
Good morning, Aini. It's good to connect with you here.
Yeah, so I said you've taken part of our FX to Kenya to spend your Easter instead of going to where is that in Calabar, or you go to Bauchi, Jankari, Obudu, and then go to Jankari. You've taken our FX to Kenya to spend Easter.
Oh no, I actually came back from Calabar on Monday. Then I took off to Kenya on Tuesday. I came for a cargo conference, which ended yesterday. So now I'm visiting with friends, a condolence visit. And what's wrong in doing Easter in Kenya? I've never spent Easter in Kenya before. It's an African country. I promote Africa as a destination. So it's just another brotherly country.
So that's your defense, Mr. Oko. But do tell us, as we celebrate Easter now, you've been, I remember when Obudu and the Calabar Festival, they were really popular. You were in front of pushing all of that. Now, I don't know what's going on with Calabar Carnival. It doesn't seem to be as popular as it used to be. But tell us about the demand and perception of Nigerians when it comes to spending holidays like this in locations within, especially after the COVID. COVID brought a break to all of that. Tell us about the recovery and the demand for it at this time.
During COVID was when we promoted the 7 Wonders of Nigeria, and we used it to develop domestic tourism. And I can tell you on very strong authority that domestic tourism started thriving post-COVID. Now, people spent a lot of their Christmas money in Nigeria. If you know what happened in Lagos, before it was Dirty December with all those musical events. Last December, the musical events weren't large in number, but quite a lot of Nigerians spent their money in Nigeria. Uyo was full. Calabar Carnival came back. Lagos was massive. There was no part of Nigeria that did not feel that experience. Nigerians spent their money in Nigeria. All my hotel GMs, all the hotel GMs that are friends of mine, they told me they had a very good Christmas. There is a new consciousness among Nigerians now to discover a little bit more of Nigeria. We say Nigeria is unsafe, but there are places that are safe. There is a hiking epidemic breaking out in Plateau. Even as I'm talking now, Ekiti is hosting a huge hiking. The governor hiking expedition. The governor joined in. So quite a lot of people, including my team, will be there from tomorrow till Monday. A whole lot of scenarios I imagined. The beach resorts in Lagos are very popular. Ondo State is coming to play. There are like 6 or 7 states that are taking advantage of this new feeling. Osun, Oyo, Ekiti, Akwa Ibom, Enugu State, Edo, Cross River. These are states that are taking advantage of the new desire for people to travel within Nigeria. And that's what we want to grow. We've spent a lot of our money going to Dubai, going everywhere in the world. But now, because of the forex situation, because of the visa situation, we are encouraging Nigerians to travel within Nigeria, and quite a lot of people are doing that. I know that Easter Monday is usually the most popular domestic tourism event in Nigeria. There is no money. I've listened to your analysts talk about the food and the rest of them. But on Monday, every beach in Lagos will be full. People are going to get to streets to see masquerades in Enugu. People are going to, we are Nigerians. Hunger can't beat us. Nothing can beat us. Yes, we don't have money, but we will still have fun. So I expect that there'll be a lot of people on the street. We won't fly around like before. Airfares are prohibitive. I went to Calabar last week. I went to my village for a burial. And I know how much I spent in the last 10 days flying around Nigeria, even having to fly to Kenya. Unlike me, this is the second international trip I've made this year. Usually by now, I've traveled to like 10 different countries, but this is my second international travel this year. So that means quite a lot has happened to the economy. It will curtail some of those things we normally will live up to. But there's only one Easter in a year, and Easter is a long holiday. Nigerians will take advantage of that, visit with friends and family, and prepare for the new term. I know it's tough, but I don't see anything less. Nigerians will come out. We will not travel to our villages. We will not travel to far places, but we are going to enjoy ourselves this weekend.
Yeah, Mr. Oko, it sounds like you want the FX scarcity and the hike in airline flight tickets. You want those things to continue because it seems to be doing us a whole lot of good, especially when you look at it from the perspective of tourism and travels.
Yeah, a little bit of that, but you have to balance it off. Quite a lot of people are employed as tour operators and travel agents who sell foreign destinations. Quite a lot of airlines fly to Nigeria. If you cut off the foreign airlines, you've cut off our economy. But at the same time, we are 200 million people. Only 2 million travel abroad. What of the remaining 198 million people? What do they do? Let them travel within Nigeria. If you cannot afford to fly to Europe, to America, to the Middle East, or elsewhere, why don't you spend your time visiting places in Nigeria? And if you ask me, there are lots of beautiful places. I've been around the world many times, and I can tell you, there are places in Nigeria you can't get anywhere else in the world. There are experiences. And the Gen Zs are more interested in experiences. And there are experiences in Nigeria you can't replicate elsewhere. So I'm not encouraging people to stop traveling abroad. No, the economy needs these international engagements. If you're unwell, you have to travel. If you have a conference, you have to go. Obligatory travels, yes. But if it comes to leisure, where you need to make a choice, I recommend you visit somewhere in Nigeria you've never been to.
Thank you for that recommendation, Mr. Oko. But, when you watch movies of other countries, India, even, the Asian countries, you see them intentionally infusing their culture, cuisine, clothes, and all of that. Are we in the midst of all of this selling our culture, which is a very interesting part of tourism, by the way?
Intentional on the part of government, no. But individually, we have, in the last 7 years, made Nigeria a global brand. I was part of the group that started the jollof rice thing in 2016. Today, jollof rice is part of our national brand. Anybody coming to West Africa wants to eat jollof rice. I'm here in Kenya. I'm at the Lavington Mall. When we leave the art cafe here, my friends are taking me to go and eat West African yellow rice. So our music is dominant. People will want to know from where these things come from. But I can see now there is the new consciousness with the new ministers coming on, wanting to take advantage of this soft power to reposition Nigeria as a destination. Our culture is strong. Our culture is unique. I've dressed today, if I can show you a little bit of an Adire Agbada, and everybody in the mall is looking at me with my hat and my trace card, my scarf. So we are Nigerians. We have extremely exciting culture, but the intentionality is where we have failed. There has been no plan to be able to take advantage of this uniqueness. What our musicians have done for us is awesome. Our movie people have done for us is amazing. Even our skit makers. See, when you go out of Nigeria, you know how powerful our culture is. And I think the intentionality that you pointed at is where we need to begin to play. People that have the skills are not in government. People that are in government need to connect with people with these skills to be able to give us the desired results.
So I guess the intentionality will have to come from the private sector if we're not getting it from the government.
Like me, I pushed the jollof rice brand and it took off, and that's private sector. The musicians have pushed it, the Afrobeat is from the private sector. But to organize this into one template and it becomes something that other people can run with, you need to be able to have the national government come, like the Bible says, get the vision, write it down so that those that say can run with it. So we need to be able to articulate this so that I'm not working in a silo. The musicians are not working in silos. We have to be able to have a national brand that speaks to everything Nigerian. Who is a Nigerian? What does this stand for? Now we are loud. We are seen as exciting. Our language, our pidgin language, everybody wants to imitate. Our food is exciting. But there has to be an architecture and a template that every Nigerian will understand, and foreigners will understand that this is what is essentially Nigerian. That cannot be done by private sector alone. Someone has to sit behind and put all this together and bring all of us who are champions of our different environments to work together.
All right, Mr. Ikechukwu, thank you so much for sharing your Easter with us. We wish you all the best in, as you go out for your yellow rice or your jollof rice, whatever they call it over there. We wish you all the best and wish you happy Easter. Mr. Ikechukwu is the organizer of Akwaba African Travel Markets and the promoter of 7 Wonders of Nigeria. That's Niger 7 Wonders. Thank you and enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Ini. See you when I come back.
All right. Bye-bye.